Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel for the final Call of Duty Black Ops 7 video of the day. This is the 8th and final video, and I am just absolutely exhausted. And right off the bat, I'm just going to jump in and tell you, I pulled the controllers off and put them on this wedge here because of some issues I was having in the previous video where I was hitting one of the back buttons, just the way I was holding it for the camera and stuff like that. So nothing wrong with the Legion Go, just the way I have some back buttons mapped and it was causing some problems. So I pulled them off and I loaded up this multiplayer, and I noticed the frame counter on the left-hand side was like stuck. So I started to kind of play with that to try to get that to kind of like restart itself. And once it did, and I noticed before that, what made me look at it was just the way that the game like loaded up and was like performing off the bat. It was like in the teens on the FPS. It was really bad. I was like, what in the world? So that sort of prompted me to start checking some of these graphics settings. And I really couldn't tell what was wrong because it ran totally fine at 1200p, and every other system that we tested today, going from single player to multiplayer, there was a little bit of a drop going to multiplayer in the FPS, but not much, really, honestly. So, you know, going from, I mean, it was consistently in the 70s on that single player campaign part, and in this part, it was, you know, down. It just didn't really make sense. So I tried to do a few different things. I tried to run it on like 800p and tried to change the resolution, jump out, jump back in, and I just couldn't really get it to fix itself very well. Like I kind of got it like up in the the 30s a little bit and just fiddling with it. So what I ended up doing was just completely dumping out of the game altogether, because I think I actually even got kicked out of the game because I just continue to play with it here and try to get it to run right and look right and all that kind of stuff. So I think I got kicked out of the game, which, hey, yeah, I mean, obviously I probably should be, right? But nothing I did in the graphics settings, I couldn't get it to perform right, and I don't really know why. And half of me wonders if this was an issue with, because I set the Legion Go straight down on the table, which kind of blocks its fans, so maybe it was getting too hot. That's totally possible. And if it is, that's my fault. And so I don't know if it is or not, but I'm gonna say maybe it was, but because what I ended up doing once I basically I exited the game, I totally closed it down, and I, just in case, I took the controllers back off and I put them back on the Legion Go. So we'll see that here in a minute with the controllers back on. But when I rebooted it, I mean, it was running totally fine. I think I still had it stuck in 800p. So of course it's going to run better. But as we see, once we get to that point in the video, I'll change it back up, and I think it still was running perfectly fine. So I'm not sure. I think it seemed like the multiplayer just loaded up wonky, or it was overheating because the fans were being blocked. That's totally possible too. It's really hard to know for sure. I did check the temperatures as well, but it didn't seem like it was like out of control or anything like that. So I don't know. But this was just a weird wonky issue that can happen sometimes when you play games on PC handhelds. Over my time on the channel here, I've just had wonky stuff happen here or there, and this happened on all different devices. Happened on Xbox Allies and stuff. Not this specific thing. You just get just weird things that happen, and sometimes you just gotta like close and reboot to fix them, and just kind of mess with settings and do different things. So just kind of the life that we live as PC handheld early adopters, I'll say. All right, so we have finally gotten booted out of the game, and again, I'm just kind of like trying to like look at the settings, put it back on the recommended, just play with it, mess with it, all that kind of stuff. So ultimately, what I decided to do was dump out and then put the controllers back on and reload it. And this is where we will pick it back up in just 1 second. All right, so the controllers are back on. We've got the game loaded back up. So naturally my, just the controllers being on it kind of opens up that airflow just a little bit, and then my fingers back there does as well. But, right off the bat, you can kind of just tell it just seems like it is running better, and you'll see as soon as we get going here, yeah, the FPS is going to be kind of just back to normal, and I think it was like way higher. I think it was shot up into the hundreds, so that just kind of tells me maybe the game just loaded up wonky. Maybe it was the deal with the fans. I'm not sure. Either way it goes, I included it in the video simply because it's the only thing interesting that's really happened today as far as these 8 videos go in terms of just weird wonky stuff happening. And maybe I'm just delirious and thought it was a good idea and I should have just cut it all out and just not even worried about it. But I thought it was interesting. It's just, if nothing else, it's just one of those things that can happen on PC handhelds. It's just random wonky stuff that if you're looking into these for the first time, if you're a console player, we have a lot of Xbox console players that have become subscribers to the channel and members in our community that are looking at PC handhelds for the first time or got an Xbox ROG Ally or Ally X and are watching these other videos as well because they're kind of curious about other devices. So if that's you, hey, hello. But those are the kind of things that will just sometimes happen. And so don't be afraid to just, dump out of the game, close it out, restart it. Sometimes you might have to reboot the whole computer. But just those are the kind of things that are going to be different for you coming from a console to a PC handheld for the first time. Obviously you have to mess with settings a lot more typically and things like that, and just dealing with Windows and updates and all that kind of stuff and shader loads. And so just add that to the list of they're just random wonky things that can sometimes happen. And actually you can see here it was kind of running hot in that menu there, so I think maybe that was the problem, was probably blocking the fan. And here you can see me go ahead and start to switch it back up to 1200p, and again it's running absolutely just fine at that point too. So we're just gonna chalk it up to I was blocking the fan. So that's something that if you have a Legion Go, you're probably not going to be in that scenario, right? You're not going to lay it flat on the table to play it typically. But what you might do is, if you're going to dock it to a TV, you might think to just plug in your USB-C cable and just set it on the desk or table or TV stand or whatever. And if you lay it flat, well, that will cause it to get really, really hot because there's no cooling happening. There's no air intake for those fans to cool off the system. So that's one scenario. So if you're going to do that, don't lay it flat, and maybe pull out the kickstand and set it on the kickstand. That's what I do whenever I dock it. I plug up the USB-C to it, and I will set it on the TV stand, and I'll put it out on the kickstand. That way it can still get plenty of airflow. Even if I'm game streaming or whatever, I just don't want it to like overheat or something like that. It's not good for the battery or anything else if it's getting super hot like that. So we're just going to chalk it up to that. I don't know for sure if that was it, but it certainly seems like it probably could be. Game is running absolutely fine now at the higher resolution. The frame rates look good. The multiplayer looks good. The gameplay, the person playing the game doesn't look good. It looks terrible, absolutely awful. Again, these are not my type of, I don't really play competitive multiplayer games these days. I'm mostly in the single player stuff, and I just haven't played Call of Duty in years. So if you would like to make fun of my terrible play, please do so in the comments, because I am aware it's really bad. I'm just making this video for you guys so you can see how the game performs. So if you're looking to buy the game and you have a Legion Go and you wanted to see before you spent the money on it, here you go. Or if you're thinking about picking up a Legion Go and you're like, well, I'm only going to get a PC handheld that runs Call of Duty good, here you go. So if this video helped you out in that regard, or if you learned a little something about, just some of the different things you deal with in PC handhelds that you typically wouldn't on a console or something like that, then hey, please drop a like or leave me a comment down below. Definitely subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get our subscriber count up over, 500 and 1,000 would be wonderful. And a lot of you guys are watching the channel and watching the videos and spending a lot of time watching the videos and rewatching videos. So not all of you that are doing that are subscribed. So if you can, please subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out quite a bit. And I'd be able to maybe get some additional handheld PCs to make some more videos for you guys. More of the versus videos, the comparison videos you guys really like a lot. It would be nice to do some with like the MSI Claw 8 AI Plus or something like that. Yeah, I mean, really, if you're in the market for a Legion Go, thinking about picking one up, or you have one and interested in Call of Duty, I think you're going to be totally fine. I don't think I think that issue that I ran into in the beginning of this video, just a one-off. So we'll just chalk it up as that. But Legion Go is a great device. I truly do believe it's the value king right now in the holiday season because of its price and all of the value points that it offers with the detachable controllers, the screen, the Z1 Extreme, all that stuff. It's a really great device for the price, especially when you compare it against all of the new handhelds coming out and their ridiculously high prices. It's just getting a little untenable out there. I'm kind of wondering if we're kind of just hitting that tipping point, and if we'll start to see manufacturers maybe back off a bit and try to bring the prices back down. I don't know. I guess it depends. I mean, Legion Go's been impossible to get, so they're not having any trouble selling it. So if we keep buying them, and I'm guilty as charged, I bought one, and I'm going to keep it. I love it. I don't like the price that I paid for it, but I am part of the problem there. And so if we all continue to buy it, then they're going to keep, they're going to think it's okay that the price is just fine. So who knows what we'll see in the future. Hopefully Valve comes in with the Steam Deck 2 and maintains their focus on affordable pricing and blows some of these other ones out of the water. It would be nice for Valve to kind of, now that the PC handheld market's getting a little out of control, for Valve to bring everybody back down to earth would be awesome. But, hey, that's going to wrap it up for the Call of Duty series of videos. Did you guys like these? Please leave me a comment down below, and we'll see you in the next one.